Based on my understanding of my own dispositions, here are the responses to my questions for part 2. A special education teacher must support learning, improve, plan, and practice, uphold professional expectations and ethics, and collaborate with other teachers. Planning is a huge part because you must plan for all your students' needs. According to the Council for Exceptional Children, you need to maintain challenging expectations to help get the highest results. This can only be done through planning. I think that the idea of professional expectations and ethics creates the idea of advocacy. This is talked about in Professional Dispositions of Learners from JCU. We as educators must work to make a positive change for all students that we work with. I personally believe I've developed all the dispositions while working with my current school population. I do think I am the best at promoting social justice and equality and equity. I expect the same things out of my students. That is, which is appropriate for the population I work with. I work in an ethnically diverse area and economically challenged area. This affects what I expect, such as I buy a lot of the supplies and snacks, but I still expect them to respect each other and follow rules. I think I could use friendliness and warmth a little bit more. I could work on not being so loud, which is my normal friendly disposition. This often can seem as mean by outsiders, but my students understand it. I am currently working on that disposition. I do also believe certain students need a stern educator. Biases can create tension within a classroom. Although we all have them, we must attempt to leave them at home. I see a lot of teachers believe that parents are bad because they do not have money. This destroys relationships because it makes students feel like they have all less or wrong because the adults around them cannot financially afford things. I do my best to check my biases at the door when I come to work. Me and the teachers around me believe I do well with all these dispositions, and we are always assessing them due to the fact I'm in induction. Induction is a thing at my school that we do where the Archdiocese, since I work for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, has someone who's a mentor review all of our skills, all of our dispositions 3 times throughout the year. And since my first one to my second one, we've seen a lot of progress in a lot of these areas. I do think that constantly evaluating these dispositions has helped me to think about them more on my daily life. And then I also have to reflect upon them every day or every week to do better in this induction process. I will continue to work on these things as I continue to educate my population. And I think having these dispositions are even more valuable in an area and with a population that is already vulnerable. Because a lot of these dispositions create successful culture and classroom environment that's safe. In an area that may not have some of these challenges that I have, they are already set up for success. So these dispositions, some of them may not affect these areas as much as they affect the kids that are in my area who are already at a risk of certain things like homelessness or not having food. So I think that these dispositions have been incredibly vital in the area I teach in and will continue to be incredibly vital as I work with populations that need more support.